Alright, everybody, it is finally time I talk about John Wick Free Perlum. I'm sorry I didn't talk about it 2 weeks ago. But I just, I was trying to rent it at the library, but I don't know, I just didn't make the time to watch it. But I finally did this week. And so let's discuss John Wick Free. John Wick Free is basically where, John Wick's on the run because he's on FBI's most wanted list because he's a hitman, and so because he kills people, I guess that makes him a threat, and he has to make a lot of daring decisions for himself to be able to get himself free from this whatever he's going through. I think this movie's a lot better than the second one. I mean, not that I hated the second one, it was just, I don't know, it was a bit hard to get into a little, but I feel like this one has a more straightforward plot, and I do like some of the more, places John Wick visits. Like, looks like he's in some kind of, dark city, and then he looks like he's in Egypt, and then, I don't know, he's, in more daytime areas. I thought that was cool. And the action, of course, is still over the top. Per usual for John Wick. He just keeps shooting people and he just does it. I'm pretty sure what he does is the most over the top fight scene is where he's in a library. He's looking for a picture of his wife and this coin thing that I think will get him out of the situation he's in. But then some guy finds him, and he wants to take down John, and then John just straight up breaks his neck, killing him with just a book. That's crazy. He's doing it in this quiet library. And he's literally... I always thought John was trying to not gonna kill people in this movie, but we can't have John Wick without him killing some people. There's scenes where it shows he is on FBI's Most Wanted, where literally he is worth $14 million. That's how much of a target he is. And it's getting so bad that he has to get his dog go into hiding. He has his accomplished the guy named Lance. I'm pretty sure I'm saying the actor's name who passed recently. His character, he takes the dog in. I just like how John keeps the dog in the taxi. It does open with them running around the city, of course, but the dog ends up in the taxi, and then I just love how they open the door for him. He's like, "You are here. You are accomplished now," or something like that. And then the dog just runs out of the seat like he's a special guest. I thought that was funny. And so, as John Wick is going through the trials, our bad guys are trying to kill anyone that's associated with John Wick. I think you're pretty sure to kill his doctor, and they even go after Lawrence Fishburne's character, and we first think they killed him off by them using... One of the guards ends up killing him with his little blade. But it's revealed at the end. I'll get to that in a bit. But as John Wick is going through this all, he ends up, I think, using this bus ticket thing to go to Egypt. I don't know if it was Egypt. I may have been wrong, but he ends up getting into a fight on the train station. It's over the top. He gets shot a lot, and he somehow is just okay. It's crazy. And I'm pretty sure he just kills people on the subway. And it's just weird. There's a ton of people at the subway station. They're just walking by while this intense fight scenes are happening. But then John eventually does get away, and he goes to the desert. But before he does, he teams up with, it was Halle Berry. I was surprised I was going to see her in the movie. I thought she'd be more in the movie. But she seemed like she would be a good partner type. But they end up trying to get help from this one mob boss guy who's revealed to be a traitor himself, and that's where we get the all over the top action. Even people are acknowledging that John's is doing all this because his the puppy died, and they feel the puppy didn't mean anything. But John was like reassuring that it was more than just a puppy. That's what I liked. Like, it shows that he has a civil heart for animals. Like, animal lives matter. And as this goes on, Halle Berry's character literally has dogs of her own. Like, these sort of like the ones that you'd see in junkyards. Like, the ones you do not want to mess with. And these dogs you don't want to mess with. They first were like growling at John, but I just like how once they become friends with John, their tongues sticking out like they're happy, but as this movie goes on, they get vicious. Like, the way they kill the many men that Halle Berry and John kill, it's crazy. Like, they're shooting them in the head, just grabbing guns and going on top of them and doing various martial arts against them. Like, it's very cool action. Like, the action is very cool. And then the dogs are just straight up ripping apart these goons. And I'm pretty sure the big mob boss, he ends up getting shot in the nuts or bitten in the nuts. Like, he gets shot in the leg, paralyzed, and then the dog bites him. And then John tells her to not kill him, but they let him go for some reason. I guess because he's the big boss. And then they end up killing every single one of their guards, like I said. It's just all fun action. And we almost thought John could get killed, but he doesn't. But I think Halle Berry is the one that helps John get to the desert to go look through his way for allies to get himself away from these criminals organizations. But what he does next is that he's struggling in the desert. Like, he barely has any water. The water they use is for the dogs to have a little bit of, and then the rest is just for John to carry in case he gets hot. I couldn't imagine walking in a tuxedo, just walking through the desert. I'd be exhausted if I were him. But then he ends up fighting these ritual people. And what he does next is is to find the answers for the coins he has, I guess. He ends up having to force himself to chop off his own finger. Like, it's very gross mutilation stuff. And it's just, I didn't really understand why he did it, but I guess he did it to find the answers he wanted. But I think what happens next is he has to find his way back to the city, wherever he is, Perluba, whatever you want to call it. And I think it's just all ends with one of John Wick's allies revealed to be the bad guy the whole time. This one dude, sorry, I'm not good with names. I think he's revealed to be the big bad guy of this movie. And what happens next is John is just fighting this dude across the building, this one skyscraper, and they're like in this another room full of mirrors, kind of like in the second movie, and then they end up it's just a bunch of kung fu action. Like, I thought that was cool. And I think John almost kills him, but the next day, after this big fight is over, John ends up meeting up with his various allies. This one older woman who's really into like dance recitals or something. He ends up betraying John since almost all of John's allies were all killed. And then John ends up getting shot through the shoulder and then literally thrown off the building. And I like where the dog ends up trying to find out where he landed. He just walks through the city. He's a smart dog, I'm not gonna lie. But I almost thought John was dead, but we know there's John Wick 4. So John is literally taken to the sewer, and that's where it's revealed Lawrence Fishburne is alive, his character, and I had a feeling he's going to be alive, since I did look up the wikis of these characters while watching the movie. I probably shouldn't have done that since, spoilers. But the movie just ends with John Wick at a low where he's wounded, and he's off to the next journey, which would be John Wick 4. So John Wick 3 was definitely an excellent sequel, way better than the second one. But yeah, not as good as the first one though. But I think I found some enjoyments with John Wick 3. I probably give it a 7 out of 10. So the next movie review, I'm reviewing the Batman Beyond first episode. I made it a bit ago, but I feel like just uploading it finally, since I'm done reviewing the John Wick movies. I'll review John Wick 4 when I do the 2023 movie reviews of the movies I saw that year. So I hope you enjoyed my review. So with that being said, thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.